People ask me all the time how they can get more fermented foods in their daily routine. Here is a great dish for you, and I'm gonna break it down and explain to you how to and what to use and why we use it. Miso. White miso has lots of healthy bacteria, but not as much as sriracha. If you make your own house-made sriracha, I have a recipe for you. Check it out. Very, very good. And very, very easy to make, by the way. Okay. Much better than sriracha is kimchi, because the cabbage in kimchi has a complete different strand of bacteria. So that would be a preferred method to make your kimchi. Eat it every day. I put it in just about anything, and I have many more recipes coming up. And the next step is sauerkraut. Sauerkraut maybe has the most of all bacteria because it goes through a certain fermentation that actually allows it to grow a complete different strand of bacteria again, right? So what I'm gonna do for you today is I'm gonna make a yellow lentil hummus. So we're gonna use these ingredients here. I have cooked yellow lentils, and I've cooked them with a little bit of cumin seeds and a little bit of bay leaf, and I'm gonna puree it cold. The key is cook it, chill it all the way, okay? That's the first thing you do. And then you have two choices. You could use a little bit kimchi if you like, but in my case, I'm gonna use sauerkraut. The problem with sauerkraut is it is so strong that it will overpower the flavor here, right? So I don't wanna do that. I wanna have just a little bit of the juice, just enough from the bacteria to actually work on my lentils. That's all I'm looking for, but not necessarily the flavor. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of my sriracha in there. That's completely just fermented. It's not been sterilized. So this is live active bacteria. And miso, okay? So I have 3 different strands of bacteria. They're all completely different. We're gonna puree it up with the lentils, and I'm gonna show you the next step how to do that. So pureeing is my first step, and I'm gonna puree it before I put my other stuff in there. I have pureed my lentils. You wanna make sure it has a nice soft consistency. At this stage, I put in my sauerkraut juice, my sriracha, and my miso, and I'm gonna just gently mix that through one more time. All right, I've activated my lentils with the sauerkraut juice and everything, and now I wanna make sure you get a sterilized glass, and you put your hummus in here. And keep it super clean. You just want to make sure to work super clean, don't introduce any bad bacteria. And we want to keep that airtight. So get any air pockets out. Distribute that evenly. All right, just like this. Tap a little bit. Get any air pockets out like that. And I have a really nice little plastic lid here that works really well and seals my container. This way it can burp, because if gases want to escape, they can escape on the side. But it's actually super tight like this. So I'm gonna leave this out for 24 hours, not longer than 24 hours, okay? Because there's so many different bacteria working on this. You also want to be sure, you know, if it smells too funky, if it starts bubbling or it smells alcoholic, don't use it, okay? Just if you just stick with this formula, this will work really good for you. My lentils have been fermenting for 24 hours. Let's take a look. They are beautiful right now. There is no bubble underneath at this stage. It has thickened up maybe 10% or so, I would say. And I'm gonna test it now. And I always do this actually on a little bread. So I have a little of my barley bread. I'm gonna put a little bit on because I want to actually know what it does it taste like when I eat it with the bread, okay? And it's right there. It's got the right heat, a little funkiness, that little tanginess that you get with fermented food. It's really, really nice. You know, you could put more black pepper in there or something like that. You can put raw onion in there. You could use more vinegar at this stage if you wanted to. Don't use the vinegar beforehand. Not gonna work for you, okay? So hopefully I can inspire you. You can use this hummus for just about anything. 5 days is plenty. Don't let it in the refrigerator any longer, and you cover it up with a proper lid. That's also key, right? So before we wanted it to burp, but now we're gonna refrigerate it, and that's keeping the bacteria safe and keep it stable. Hope I can inspire you.